For years, Rush fans believed they would never see Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson perform together as Rush again. After the heartbreaking loss of Neil Peart in 2020, both musicians repeatedly said they couldn't imagine replacing their longtime friend and bandmate. Then something unexpected happened. What started as a few casual jam sessions slowly turned into a serious question. Could they play Rush music again without Neil? They weren't looking for a replacement. They were looking for a way to honor the music while staying true to the band's legacy. That seemed almost impossible. One name eventually entered the conversation: Anika Nilles. The German drummer had already built an impressive reputation through her technical skill, creative playing, and work with legendary guitarist Jeff Beck. But even with her credentials, stepping into Rush's world was unlike anything she had ever faced. When Anika arrived in Toronto, there were no promises. According to Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson, the session wasn't even planned as a formal audition. It was simply an opportunity to see whether the chemistry existed. During the first few days, everyone was uncertain. The music was demanding, the expectations were enormous, and even Anika admitted the challenge was intimidating. Then, something remarkable happened on the final day of rehearsals. Something that completely changed Geddy and Alex's thinking. By the final rehearsal, everyone in the room understood what was at stake. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson weren't searching for someone to imitate Neil Peart. They knew that was impossible. Instead, they wanted a drummer who respected Neil's legacy while bringing enough confidence and personality to make the music feel alive. Anika Nilles approached the challenge with exactly that mindset. Rather than copying every movement Neil ever made, she focused on understanding why he played each part the way he did. She spent countless hours studying Rush's catalog, learning not only the complex rhythms, but also the emotion behind every song. Her goal was to serve the music, not draw attention to herself. As the rehearsal continued, something began to change. Geddy and Alex stopped analyzing every note and simply started playing. The conversations became shorter, the smiles became more frequent, and the chemistry grew stronger with every song. It no longer felt like musicians trying to solve a difficult puzzle. It felt like a real band creating music together. Alex Lifeson later explained that rehearsals weren't about finding a replacement for Neil. They were about discovering whether the songs could still have energy, excitement, and honesty without him. According to both Alex and Geddy, Anika's musical instincts, preparation, and positive attitude helped create exactly that environment. By the end of that session, they realized they had something they hadn't expected to find: confidence that Rush's music could be performed again with respect, integrity, and joy. But one rehearsal was only the beginning. The real test came when Anika faced an audience that knew every drum fill Neil Peart had ever played. A successful rehearsal was one thing. Performing Rush's music in front of thousands of devoted fans was something entirely different. Rush audiences are famous for their attention to detail. Many fans know every lyric, every guitar solo, and every one of Neil Peart's unforgettable drum parts. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson understood that anyone joining them would immediately face intense comparisons. There was no way around it. Anika Nilles accepted that challenge from the very beginning. Instead of trying to become the next Neil Peart, she stayed true to her own approach. She carefully learned the structure and feel of each song, while respecting the spirit of Neil's original performances. That balance, honoring the music without pretending to be someone else, earned the respect of Geddy and Alex. As rehearsals became more polished, the confidence inside the band continued to grow. The three musicians communicated naturally, often with nothing more than eye contact or a smile. Those small moments showed that trust had developed. They weren't just playing difficult songs, they were enjoying the experience together. Alex Lifeson later praised Anika's professionalism, preparation, and musical instincts. Geddy also emphasized that the goal had never been to replace Neil, but to celebrate the music they had created together over decades. Anika understood that responsibility and approached every performance with humility and dedication. For many fans, seeing Geddy and Alex smiling on stage again was emotional. It was a reminder that while Neil Peart can never be replaced, his music continues to inspire world-class musicians who treat his legacy with the respect it deserves. But there was one rehearsal story that almost no one knew, a behind-the-scenes moment that convinced Geddy and Alex they had made the right choice. As rehearsals continued, it became clear that Anika Nilles was contributing more than flawless drumming. She brought a calm, professional attitude that helped create a relaxed atmosphere in the rehearsal room. That mattered because Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson were carrying the emotional weight of returning to Rush's music after losing Neil Peart. Instead of trying to impress everyone with speed or flashy fills, Anika listened carefully. When Geddy suggested a small change in timing, or Alex wanted to adjust the feel of a section, she adapted immediately. Her willingness to collaborate showed that she understood what Rush had always been about: three musicians working together to make the songs as strong as possible. Alex Lifeson has spoken about how important chemistry is in any band. Technical ability alone isn't enough. The musicians have to trust one another, communicate naturally, and enjoy creating music together. During months of rehearsals, that trust steadily grew. The sessions became less about solving musical problems and more about rediscovering the excitement of playing together. According to interviews, both Geddy and Alex were impressed not only by Anika's preparation, but also by her humility. Despite already being recognized as one of the world's most respected drummers, she approached every rehearsal ready to learn and eager to serve the music, rather than her own ego. That attitude fit perfectly with the band's long-standing philosophy. By then, Geddy and Alex realized they hadn't simply found an outstanding drummer, they had found someone who respected Rush's legacy while helping them look toward the future. Once news spread that Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson were performing Rush's music with Anika Nilles, fans reacted with a mix of excitement, curiosity, and caution. Many longtime listeners admitted they were emotional. After all, Rush had always been defined by the unique bond between Geddy, Alex, and Neil Peart. No one wanted to see that legacy diminished. What gradually changed many minds was the attitude everyone involved brought to the project. Geddy and Alex never presented Anika as a replacement for Neil. Instead, they consistently emphasized that Neil's role in Rush is irreplaceable. Their goal was simply to celebrate the music they created together and share it with audiences once again. As performances and rehearsal clips began circulating, fans noticed something important. Anika wasn't trying to copy Neil's every gesture or expression. She honored his legendary drum parts while allowing her own musical personality to shine through. That balance earned praise from many musicians and longtime Rush followers, who appreciated her respect for the material and her remarkable technical skill. Perhaps the most powerful moments weren't the drum solos or the complex time signatures. They were the smiles exchanged between Geddy and Alex during songs they hadn't expected to play together again. After years of uncertainty, the joy of making music had returned, and audiences could feel it. For many fans, that became the real story. It wasn't about replacing the past. It was about keeping Rush's extraordinary musical legacy alive while honoring the memory of Neil Peart with dignity and respect. But the journey doesn't end with the rehearsals or the performances. In the final chapter, we'll explore what this collaboration means for Rush's future, and why Anika Nilles' role may be remembered as one of the most meaningful chapters in the band's history.